Princess Charlene and Princess Caroline of Monaco, the silent rivalry between the two sisters-in-law. One is the wife of the ruler of the Principality of Monaco, the other is his older sister, once considered a kind of first lady of the state. Few people know that the two princesses and sisters-in-law have a strained relationship. Yes, despite the importance of the two sisters-in-law, Charlene and Caroline, in the princely palace, it is said that the two women do not get along well. On the contrary, there is an old and still simmering rivalry between them. Many people wonder if in the case of Charlene and Caroline, it was a matter of incompatible personalities, a generational difference or rather jealousy. At first, you tend to blame the lack of intimacy between the two women on the age difference. After all, Charlene was born in 1978 and Caroline was born in 1957. However, the rivalry for the status of the most important woman in the principality could be decisive. When Princess Charlene became Albert's wife in 2011, Princess Caroline stepped into an unexpected shadow cone, that of a younger and more publicly interesting woman. The South African woman has not only taken over many of her sister-in-law's royal duties, but has replaced her in the spotlight. Speaking to Express about this complex dynamic, royal expert Brittany Barger explained, "You have to remember that when Prince Rainier and Grace Kelly's children were young, they were all popular and closely followed by the press. Then as they grew older, the beautiful Princess Caroline continued to be both the highest-rated and most photographed woman in the royal family. It took Albert quite a while to settle into his home, so perhaps Caroline thought it would never happen and that she would forever be the shadow ruler of the principality. Caroline was sort of the first lady for many years until Albert married Charlene and the newcomers started getting all the glory," Barger continues. So losing that sense of importance was painful for Caroline. Princess Caroline's son had a realistic chance of ending up on the throne. If the relationship between Princess Caroline and her sister-in-law was strained at first, its dynamics probably reached alarming heights when Charlene and Prince Albert II became parents of twins on December 10, 2014, when Princes Jacques and Gabriella were born. The occasion of celebration for some only further complicated Caroline's existence. The line of succession was completely changing. Up until this point, Caroline had been first in line and her son Andrea Casiraghi second, but Albert's twins had completely overtaken them. Until Albert married Charlene and had twins, Caroline's son had a realistic chance at the throne, royal expert Brittany Barger reminds us. Having lost that train of thought, Caroline seems to have become increasingly focused on raising the new heir, Prince Jacques, and his sister, Princess Gabriella. She is determined to raise the twins, especially Jacques, according to her idea of what a little prince should be like, the royal source claims, noting that this has happened especially when Charlene spent almost a year in Africa from the south, away from the palace. This attempt, however, didn't sit well with the twins' ultra-protective mother. Charlene is annoyed that Caroline is trying to impose her influence on her twins, the palace source continued. The two sisters-in-law are not best friends, but over the past year they have tried to improve their public relationship, making a visible effort to appear together at official events, even with a noticeable physical distance and minimal interaction. The reality is that the South African has had a difficult time adjusting to life in the princely palace. When she married Prince Albert II and moved to Monaco, Charlene struggled to gain acceptance in Monegasque society, but especially in the society of his family. And he's still doing it, 12 years later.